you miss me, Anne?
I shouldn't think so. Will you do me a favour, Arthur? Will you look after Sid?
Of course I'll look after him. We'll look after each other. And don't worry, Folkestone's not far away. I got this sixpence, and I managed to file it in half. Done it this morning.
What would you do that for? It's no good if it's broke.
It's a token.
What's a token?
Well, you keep half, and I'll keep half. And when we're separated, you look at your half, and I'll look at mine, see? And then we think about each other.
That's silly.
No, it ain't. When sweethearts are going steady and walking arm in arm, they sometimes swap these little gifts like a ring or a lucky charm. I've heard that half a sovereign is a thing they use a lot, but sixpence is the only thing I've got.
Still, half a sixpence is better than half a penny, is better than half a farthing, is better than none.
Think of it like this.
Think of it like this.
If it's me you miss,
If it's me you miss,
when I'm miles away,
when you're miles away,
touch it every day,
just every day,
then maybe that half a sixpence will make you think of the Kippses, the kind of an half whose lips is the kind you might kiss when I'm back with you.
when I'm back with you.
1 and 1 make 2.
1 and 1 make 2.
And likewise 2 half sixpences go together like this.
Arthur! Come on, you're going to miss your train. And mind you behave proper when you get there.
Arthur's always proper, aren't you, Arthur?
Oh, of course I am, Auntie. Well, look, I'd better go.
Oh, well, don't forget your banjo.
Oh, don't forget me.
Of course not, Auntie. We're sweethearts now, aren't we?
Morning, Mr. Carshot. Morning, Mr. Pierce.
Morning, Mr. Shalford.
Morning, Mr. Kipps. Morning, Mr. Pornick. Morning, Miss Evans.
Morning, Mr. Shalford.
Now, Mr. Kipps, I hope you're good and ready.
Ready for what, Mr.
Oh,
Shalford?
my heart and lungs! Look alive, Kipps, look alive!
Mr. Kipps, I would hope you are aware that every hour of every working day must be devoted to serving the customers.
Oh, of course, Mr. Shalford.
I want you and Buggins to shift as much as you can of this flowered cotton. It was a bad buy, and I want it out of here. Mr. Where are you, Mr. Buggins? Oh. Don't you understand, Mr. Buggins? You sleep downstairs, so you're never late.
Sorry, Mr. Shalford.
Is there anything you want the rest of us to shift, Mr. Shalford?
The merchandise, girl, the merchandise. Mr. Kipps, you've been here for 7 years. What's the secret of the successful draper?
Efficiency, sir.
And what else?
Economy, sir?
And most importantly...
System, sir.
System. And we've got the best system you could have. I made it. I ought to know. I began at the bottom of the ladder, too.
When you were 14, we know, sir.
Live by the rules of face the fines, clearly inscribed on paper. Business is built on bottom lines. If you're to be a draper, here neither waste nor squander, or else you'll incur my wrath. So please take note, we cut our coat according to our cloth. It's 9 o'clock now. Open the door and get ready for the customers.
Right away, Mr. Shalford.
Not in your pyjamas, Mr. Buggins.
I'll do it, Mr. Shalford.
Nothing but the finest, all that you desire.
Even social clients need the right attire.
You must make the right impression, one can't afford to fail. Establish your position up and down the social scale.
Look alive, still those wagging tongues. Look alive, oh my heart and lungs.
Tricolour flowered cotton, perfect for the spring.
We we all think it's rotten.
It's the latest thing.
We will rig them like a flagship, preparing to set sail. Though some are built like barges,
Up and down the social scale.
Look alive, show the latest rack. Look alive,
Shawford's coming back.
Tailors are such wizards, making us look thin.
Luckily, the whalebone holds the blubber in.
They may be a bit expensive, but fashion must prevail.
We stitch them up completely, up and down the social scale.
look alive.
You know who I am.
Look alive,
Martin dressed as lamb.
Nothing but the finest, all that you desire. Even social climbers need the right attire. You must make the right impression, one can't afford to fail. Establish your position,
stitch them up completely.
establish your position, up and down.
Oh, dear. Are you closing? I'm afraid we're too late, Mamma.
Nonsense. Where's Mr. Shalford?
What is it? Ah, Mrs. Walsingham. Miss Walsingham, what a pleasure it is to welcome you here.
Of course they weren't closed. Not for us.
You all look dreadfully busy.
Nonsense, never too busy to serve you, miss.
We need some curtain material. Mamma wants new ones in the dining room.
That horrid cretonne you sold me, it's quite faded.
Then we shall show you a selection of our very best, madam. Buggins, what do you think you're doing?
Having me lunch, Mr. Shalford.
Then why don't you...
No, this is who usually serves me. It is you, isn't it?
It is, miss. Well, I'm surprised you remember me.
Well then, Mr. Kipps, look lively.
I'm afraid we're rather a nuisance.
Oh, no, miss, you could never be that.
We want something a little smarter this time. Perhaps a damask.
A damask?
In pink. Or even red.
Right away, miss.
So, how are you, Miss Walsingham? Still teaching your classes to the fortunate few?
I don't know how fortunate my pupils are, but you're right, there aren't very many of them.
Free classes in wood carving, taught by a lady like yourself? Oh, I'm surprised there's an empty seat in the house.
Might you come, Mr. Shalford?
If only I could, Miss Walsingham, if only I could. Mr. Kipps, you're always reading books. Now's a chance to learn something, and it's free.
Would you, Mr. Kipps?
If you really want me to, miss.
We can't waste all day on it. Find some samples, Mr. Shalford. We'll look at them next time. Helen?
Very good, madam.
Remember, Mr. Kipps, 8 o'clock tonight in the old grammar school. Thank you.
Oh dear! Struck by Cupid's arrow again.
Lay off.
Come along, chop, chop. I want this sorted and tidied by the end of the day.
But Mr. Shalford, will we get any overtime?
Forgive me, Mr. Pornick, but are you saying you are anxious to leave my employment?
No, Mr. Shalford.
That's settled, then.
Have a nice day.
Upstairs to the girls' dormitory with you, Miss Evans. And don't dawdle.
That was the hardest day's work I've ever done. And for what?
Call it a living wage. Might as well call it a dying wage.
Yeah, who'd be an apprentice to Shalford?
It won't always be like this. Come the revolution.
Can't wait that long, Sid.
Well, shouldn't you be upstairs with the other girls, Flo? You'll catch it if he finds you down here with us.
Arthur doesn't mind, do you,
It
Arthur?
doesn't matter what Arthur thinks.
I was just saying.
Well, I'd never want you to get in any trouble, Flo.
Are you really going to waste your evening on a woodwork lesson, Arthur? You shouldn't let old Shalford steal your spare time like that. You don't have much of it.
Well, I want to go. I'm looking forward to it.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. Well, Miss Walsingham's the only lady I've ever come across. A real lady, I mean.
He's been like that ever since he first set eyes on her. I've seen you whenever she comes into the shop.
I hope you don't think Miss Walsingham would notice you.
No. Oh, but don't you ever dream of something beyond Shalford's Bazaar? Something different, something more...
I dream about socialism, Arthur.
Give it a rest.
Today, the world is ruled by rich men. They can do anything they like, and all they're doing is laying it waste. I want to change things.
Oh, never mind that. I want my own shops. Bigger than this, and lots of them all over the land. So they cheer me in the street when I drive by in my carriage and four.
I'd just like a bit more to eat.
Can't be all you want, Mr. Buggins.
No, but what I want most, I don't think I can get.
There's only one problem.
What's that?
Well, think. What do we need to make it all happen?
Money!
You got it.
Living here like a drudge with no way out. How's a fella supposed to dream?
It's like we're in a drain pipe, never to see the sky, crawling along until we die.
If things could change.
If life could switch.
If we were only rich.
If I had money to burn, a hole in my pocket. If I had money to burn, I'd go like a rocket. Down to the town without a stop, blow right into the music shop and buy me a banjo, clad-jang-a-ring-a-jang, buy me a banjo, clad-jang-a-ring-a-jang, buy me a banjo, clad-jang-a-ring-a-jang, that's what I would do.
And how will that help the working man? Besides, you've got a band.
No, it broke ages ago and I want someone to teach me on a proper one.
I'd like to teach Shulford a thing or two. If I had all the money there is, I'd buy a shop much bigger than is. Let's see old Shulford getting a fizz.
I'd buy me a banjo, ring-jang, clad-jang-a-ring-a-jang, that's what I would do. You've got to have some fun, so it can't all be about fighting injustice.
Oh, yeah. True. I always think of money like manure. Better when it's been spread around. Look at the working classes. I'd want to help them out. Playing a banjo won't do now. Strumming a tune, plucking at strings won't change the bigger things.
If I had money to burn, it gives me the vapors. If I had money to burn, I'd give up the drapers. Then I could live a proper life. I think I'd make a lovely wife. And I'd have a baby. Oochie coochie coochie coo. Have another baby. Oochie coochie coochie coo.
What, another baby?
Coochie 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 coo, that's what I would do. Hey! If I had all that money could buy,
I'd reach for more than pie in the sky.
if I had all that money could buy,
I'd buy me a banjo, ring-jang, clad-jang-a-ring-a-jang.
I'd have a baby. Oochie coochie coochie coo.
I'd have a banquet. Gobble, 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 gobble.
that's what I would do. If I had all that money could buy, if I had all that money could buy, if I had all that money could buy.
Blimey, I better get going or I'll be late. How do I look?
Smashing. I'd buy him his banjo, clatter-janga-ring-a-janga.
Him and his banjo, clatter-janga-ring-a-janga.
I'd strum his banjo, clatter-janga-ring-a-janga. That's
What I would do.
I'm so pleased to see you all again. Those who are new to the class, we have no rules when it comes to the subjects you choose. But I do like to see you express yourselves.
Is this your first time?
Yeah, but I'm ever so interested in art and sculptures and everything.
Really? I suppose you like Bernini.
I don't drink much as it happens.
I went to a wonderful concert of the Ring Cycle last night.
Ah, Mr. Kipps, how are we doing?
Well, I've got me wood and I've got me chisel, but I ain't sure what comes next.
Not a lot, I suspect.
I don't agree, Mr. Hayes. Mr. Kipps strikes me as the possessor of a lively mind.
Do you mean that, miss? About my lively mind?
Certainly.
Oh, I don't see much sign of it.
Mr. Kipps, you're here. I cannot believe Mr. Shulford is an easy taskmaster, nor that you have much free time to spare, and yet you choose to spend it in the study of art.
Well, I thought it sounded interesting. What with you teaching and all?
Oh, that's flattering. But you know what it tells me? That you think there's something more in you than just a shop assistant selling haberdashery.
Do I?
Absolutely. Shall I tell you something else? I believe there's more in me than just a young woman following her mother around buying curtain material.
Oh, I am sure of that, miss.
You know what my father used to say? That the first thing you have to do is believe in yourself.
Really?
Absolutely. Believe in yourself. You may be surprised when a talent you hide becomes recognized. Believe in yourself. Why not give it a try? There's sometimes more to someone than meets the eye. Believe in yourself. There's strength to be tapped as you flee from a world in which you feel trapped. Believe in yourself, and you'll find, if you do, that those around you start to believe it too. There's so much you'll achieve when you start to believe in you.
And did it work for your dad?
Not really. Not at all in the end.
Well, how about you? Look, I tell you what, mister, I will believe in you if you will believe in me.
Mr. Kipps, we have a deal. Believe in yourself. Try saying, I can. It's not winning the race. It's saying I ran. Believe in yourself. You have nothing to lose. It's not the steps you take. It's the path you choose. I've always noticed you, you know. There was something about you.
Really? It's a bit hot in here, miss.
So it is, Mr. Kipps. I'll open a window. Oh, dear.
Let me.
Oh! You've cut yourself.
Never mind, it's nothing.
But it's bleeding.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Oh, my God.
Let me tie it up for you. I'm not hurting you, am I?
You couldn't hurt me, miss.
It isn't so much the cut at the time as the poisoning afterwards.
How helpful, Miss Ross. There. That's done it. I think that's enough, everyone. Let's call it a night, and don't forget to take your carvings.
Thanks ever so, miss. I'll wash it out and I'll bring it back next week.
Well, I'm afraid not. This is the final class of the term. We won't start again till the end of the summer.
But how will I get it back to you?
Don't worry. Keep it. Give it to your best girl.
But you're... that is, you'll miss it. Miss.
Don't be silly. It's a present. And now, good night, Mr. Kipps. See you next term.
Look, who am I kidding? She'd never look at me. What, the shop assistant selling haberdashery? Why would she? She's too far above me to touch. She's much too high for such as I. So what makes me even dare to dream? 'Cause an alley cat can't get the cream. I'm too far beneath her to dance a waltz. No chance, she'd say, but glance my way, and I swear that she melts me to the core. It's a feeling I've not felt before. She's too far above me by half. She is. She'd laugh. She would. Not off. She would. And go off with her head up in the air. Is she too far above me to care? Was that you a bit, me?
It's the handles, you see. They're too low. And when I turn, if I don't remember, biff, I'm into something.
Well, I'll say you were into something. Oh, look, my trouser leg is all torn down.
Oh, blimey, here's a copper. Don't let our name run you over. Please. I've got no lamp, and I might be in a spot of bother.
Evening. Everything all right? Yeah.
Everything's fine, officer.
That was good of you, I must say.
Well, I suppose accidents will happen, and I don't like to get a chap into trouble.
Spoken like a gentleman. This calls for a glass of old Methuselah 4-star. The Hope and Anchor's just around the corner. Can you manage?
Was you really an actor, Mr. Chitterlow? On the stage, truly?
I have been an actor, my boy. I have been an impresario. I have shared the secrets of the great.
What secrets?
Well, it wouldn't be secrets if I told you.
Well, was you a famous actor?
There is more than one kind of fame.
What's the other kind?
Yes. Isn't it time you introduced yourself?
Arthur Kipps, how'd you do?
Arthur Kipps? But that's extraordinary.
Should have thought it was rather ordinary.
No, it's strange. Because I have today named the character Arthur Kipps in a play I'm writing.
I thought you said you was an actor.
And so I am an actor, a writer, a chronicler of men. An artist in his life does many things.
So what does this Arthur Kipps do in your play?
He will be torn between two women. A beauty from the South China Sea and a girl from his hometown of Clacton-on-Sea. They say you can't love two women at once, but I tell you it's rot. Once there was three. Not counting Bessie, that is, bless her.
So, how'd you come to make up my name?
Oh, I didn't make it up. I read it in the paper. You see, I often get names from the papers. They have an authenticity I can trust. Wait a minute. I must still have it. Yes! Here we are. I say, what was your mother's name?
Why?
Just tell me.
Euphemia.
By Jove, it's you! It must be you! Listen, Waddy or Kipps?
But what do you mean, Waddy?
Please, listen. Waddy or Kipps? If Arthur Waddy or Arthur Kipps, son of Euphemia Kipps, born at East Grinstead... Where were you born?
East Grinstead.
On September the 1st, 1889? Well,
that's my birthday, right enough.
Would write to Messrs. Watson and Bean at the address below. He will learn something to his advantage.
But what does that mean?
Well, it means money, if you ask me.
Money? What for me?
What's this?
Who's got money?
He has. He's come into money, if he wants to collect it.
He's come into money?
Well, I don't know. It makes me nervous, Mr. Chitterlow. It does, truly.
Nervous? He's coming to money, and he's nervous.
Why don't I go round there for you? They're just here in Folkestone.
Would ya?
Of course I would.
Of course he would.
They've gone to a lot of trouble to find you. Why, I expect you've come into a windfall.
Blimey, he's rich, this geezer, so the drinks are on him.
I haven't got it yet. But if I had money to burn, you don't have to worry. If I had money to burn, I'd go in a hurry down to the Folkestone music store. Then I'd burst through the old front door and buy me a banjo.
A banjo?
Buy me a banjo.
What? You want a banjo?
Buy me a banjo. Cla-janga-ring-a-janga, that's what I would do.
If you had all that money could buy, if you had all that money could buy, if you had all that money could buy,
I'd buy me a banjo, ring-jang, clatter-janga, ring-a-janga, play on a banjo, clatter-janga, night and day on a banjo, clatter-janga, ring-a-janga, that's what I would do.
Landlord, 2 more helpings of old Methuselah 4-star. If you have money to burn, it says in the papers, if you have money to burn,
I'd give up the Drapers. And if the going gets too hard, we could busk on the promenade with you on a banjo.
Clatter-janga, ring-a-janga.
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 Me on a banjo.
Clatter-janga, ring-a-janga.
And if we practice, we'll go far. We'll be a banjo. Bang, ba-dang, ba-dang, bang, bang, bang. Bang, ba-dang, ba-dang, bang, bang, bang. Bag-a-da-dang, ba-dang, bag-a-da-dang, ba-dang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, ba-da-bang, ba-da-bang, bang, bang, bang. Ba-dang, ba-dang, bang, bang, bang. Bang, ba-da-bang, ba-da-bang, bang, bang, bang. Ba-da-dang, ba-da-dang, bang. Bang, ba-da-bang, bada bang 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 bang. Bada dang bang bang. Bada dang bang bang. Bang 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 bang. No more. No more. One more. I'd binge on a mango, dingle dangle, jingle jangle bang on a bongo, pitter patter, dingle dongle wang, bingo, dingle butter. That's what I would.
Oh, my heart and lungs! What sort of time do you call this, Mr. Kipps?
Late, Mr. Salford!
Yes, too late. You know my views on system, Mr. Kipps. You know my views on efficiency. May I ask where you've been?
Mr. Kipps just popped out for some polish, Mr. Shalford.
No, Mr. Buggins. Mr. Kipps did not pop out for polish, of which there is a superfluity here. Mr. Kipps never came in last night, did you?
No, Mr. Salford, I got held up.
Far be it for me to interfere with your social commitments. In future, you will have all the time in the world for whatever you might care to arrange. You are sacked, Mr. Kipps, sacked out of a job.
But it's the first time he's ever done it.
The first and the last, Mr. Pornick. What do you want to be sacked to? Or you, Mr. Buggins? Or you, Mr. Pierce? Now help him clear his things.
Don't do it, Mr. Shalford. Please. If you've got to sack someone, sack me.
Oh, don't say that, Flo.
No, don't say that, Flo. Miss Evans. Or I shall take you at your word.
Is this Mr. Salford? Let me shake your hand, sir. You must employ the richest assistant in Folkestone.
What are you saying? Who?
Why, Arthur Kipps, of course. Arthur, I've been and spoken to them, and it's all true. You own 3 houses in Folkestone alone, and £1,200. £1,200 a year?
Every year?
Every year as ever was. Oh, we're losing him. This'll bring him round. 1,200 smackers a year.
What do you make of it, Sid?
What is wealth? Labour robbed out of the poor. Still, better you than most people. Where's it come from?
Yeah, where has it come from?
Your grandfather, Mr. Josiah Waddy. He was your father's father. He didn't want to know you when you were born, and he felt guilty ever after. Now, he's left his fortune to his only grandchild, which is you.
Why didn't he want to know me?
Never mind that. The fact is, he's left you enough to set up as a gentleman.
He hasn't he? Why, I could even call on Mr. Walsingham.
You can call on whoever you like. There's no stopping you now.
Sid, get me a pair of sponge bags.
Now, just a minute.
Excuse me, Mr. Shalford. Would you like Mr. Kipps to take his business elsewhere?
No.
Sir.
Sir.
He called me sir.
Oh, thank you. He'll be a la-di-di-da, have a cigar, proper gentleman, strolling down the leads every morning.
High society will seek his company.
All along the promenade, the ladies will agree.
Buggins, I think I'll have a morning coat.
He's a take off your hat, stop for a chat.
Proper gentlemen. In the Grand Hotel, they'll be fawning on the dandy debonair. Go to Paris to have a bit of fun.
Pierce, look out them Egyptian cotton shirts. Flower in his buttonhole, down at the monopole.
Proper gentlemen. Lucky Kipps, no need for apprenticeships to see him through. Now with a tidy sum, surely he'll become all la-di-da-di too.
Well, he did say £1,200.
He's the toast all along the coast. He'll be Folkestone's favourite son.
Some may doubt whether he's cut out to be a proper gentleman.
He can buy anything, anything he fancies, anything he fancies, he can buy.
Look, presents for everyone. A walking stick for Pierce with a solid silver knob. For Buggins, a picnic camper. And for Sid, the collected works of Karl Marx.
Thanks.
Chocolates? Well, what about you? You should have a treat too.
Well, I bought me a banjo. Bang, 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 bang.
He can do anything, anything he pleases, anything he pleases, he can do.
Now, I lie in bed every morning until 10:30. And then breakfast, well, fried eggs, 4 rashers, bubble and squeak, and the whole pot of bloater paste. Now, that's really la-di-da.
La-da-dee-da.
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 Now he's don't have a care, nose in the air, proper gentleman, like he was before, only grander.
Money makes you thus, he won't have time for us.
He will drive a motor car.
But we'll be on the bus.
He's an oozing with charm, girl on his arm.
Proper gentleman.
Taking tea out on the veranda.
And no doubt you'll soon have a servant or two while he sits in the sun.
As for the civilized, he's a bona fide proper gentleman.
Good day, Miss Walsingham.
Good day. Heavens, it's Mr. Kipps. Mama, you remember Mr. Kipps?
Is this the Mr. Kipps you are talking about?
It is. Mr. Kipps, may I introduce my brother, James?
Oh, I'm glad if you really was talking about me.
It's all anyone has talked about for months.
We heard of your good fortune.
We were in Shalford's Bazaar soon after it happened, and naturally the air was simply buzzing with it. I'm so pleased.
I can't believe it, really. When Mr. Chitterlow first told me, you could have knocked me over with a feather.
Mr. Chitterlow?
Oh, well, he found out about it in the papers, and then he took me to the lawyers, and it is all confirmed.
So is he your advisor, this Mr. Chitterlow?
Don't know as I've got an advisor, not in that way.
Oh, you'll need an advisor, Mr. Kipps, if you're not to make a false move.
Do listen to him, Mr. Kipps. There is nothing more important than the right advice.
Here is my card. Why don't we meet for a spot of lunch? Shall we say Thursday at 1 o'clock? Do you know the Grand Hotel?
Oh, well, I know it, but I ain't never been in there.
Then it's high time you did. Now, I must go. I have a meeting. And I never like to keep a client waiting.
You should see the list of his clients, Mr. Kipps. It's like Debrett's and Burke's peerage rolled into one.
I'm a bit more end of the peerage myself.
Yes. Come along, Helen. Goodbye, Mr. Kipps, yes.
You don't have to go on Thursday, you know. It's not compulsory.
Don't worry, I'll go. I wouldn't want to let you down.
No, but... I hope you and James aren't plotting something.
Of course not. But I would remind you that our place in the world is not what it has been, and not what it should be.
Until I find the right place to buy. Well, I want to stay in the part, Folkestone I know best.
Well, that's not very adventurous.
Oh, well, what about you? Look, I was thinking you might like a cottage with climbing roses round the door and the sun shining in and a view of the sea.
That does sound lovely, Arthur.
Well, what do you think, Uncle Bert?
Well, yeah, sounds cracking. Of course, I'd have to sell me stock.
No, I mean I'd buy one for you.
Oh, well, let me think about it a bit first.
That's right. After all, we don't want to leave in a hurry.
But you always said you hated that.
So we do, lad, so we do. But like your aunt says, we couldn't leave it in a hurry.
Well, how about some money then? Let me do that for you at least.
We couldn't take money off you, Arthur.
Well, I've got an idea. Do you still spend your spare time collecting rubbish? Collecting interesting old things that are looking for a home?
Yeah, well, it's funny you should say that. I've got this nice little tea chest.
Well, there you are then. Suppose I give you money to find knick-knacks and such like for the villa.
You'd enjoy that, Bert. You know you would.
That's settled then. So here's £20 to get you started.
Here's Anne. Arthur, you remember Anne? Sid Pornick's sister?
Well, of course I do. Anne? Blimey, you've changed.
Oh, it's been a long time, Arthur.
I told her you was coming down and she said she'd look by.
Oh, no, I can't stay long. I haven't had a whole day off in ages, so he ought to be with me mum.
Why don't you two go for a walk?
I will if you will.
Oh, I couldn't miss the chance of seeing you again.
I can't get over you, Anne. I mean, I always thought of you as a girl, and now... You're a woman.
Girls grow into women, Arthur.
Even so. How long's it been? It must have been years since I've seen you.
Well, I suppose we was never down here on the same Sundays.
I was hardly here at all. Working at Shelford's was like being in a chain gang without the laughs.
I heard you weren't there no more.
Do you hear what?
I did. Oh, I'm ever so pleased for you, Arthur. I am, truly.
It's quite a turn-up. Everything's changed. No. Well, it's a relief in a way to come down here and find that everything is the same.
Is it, Arthur?
And you here with me just like it used to be. Do you remember how we used to play down at the seashore at the old wreck?
A bottle of pop and a pennyworth of sweets.
And you would let me hold your hand.
Remember when we were children of 9 or 10, I'd guess, and you would play this Pirate King.
And pretend you was my princess. We'd picnic at the lighthouse.
Ain't it funny what you miss? Then when you went away, you gave me this. Half a sixpence is better than half a penny. Is better than
half a farthing. Is better than none.
It's a token of
our eternal love.
When you're far away, touch it every day.
Touch it every day.
And though that half a sixpence
can only mean half a romance, remember that half a romance is better than none. But when I'm with you, 1 and 1 make 2, and likewise 2 half sixpences joined together make 1. We were a pretty half-baked pair, weren't we?
Were we?
So, how's life in Folkestone?
Oh, you're all right. I'm a parlourmaid now in a posh house.
Well done, you. And have you found anyone special? Go on, have you?
Oh, yeah. He's very special, but... Well, I've known him for quite a while.
What's he like?
Well, he's a mixture, really. Wild, silly, full of dreams. But he's lovely inside. I ain't seen much of him lately, and I've heard he's had a stroke of luck. So, we'll have to see if it makes a difference.
Oh, well, he's a bit like me, then. Oh, look, this was my sword in the old days. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, well, of course I do.
Let me untie.
My gratitude knows no bounds, kind sir. Your wish is my command. But when I'm with you, 1 and 1 make 2, and likewise 2 half sixpences joined together make. You never told me if you got someone special in your life. Well, you can't have been in your own all this time.
Cripes. Is it that late? I've got to go. I've got a train to catch. Oh, and will you be all right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, well, don't worry about me.
Bye, Anne. I'm glad you're happy, and give my regards to your bloke. Oh. Let's not leave it another 7 years.
No, let's not. He's got his life now, and why shouldn't he have? Well, we left it too long. I should have thought of that. I was longing to tell you long ago, so long ago, but how could I tell you? I was hoping to find that love would grow, but now I know that that was a dream. It was not to be. It was not to be. Games we used to play, things we used to say. It was not to be. And now my it says I have to let you go. My heart won't go. You're mine as you were mine long ago. So long ago.
Where the devil is he?
Perhaps he's not coming.
Helen! You're here to encourage him, not make things difficult. Is that the frock I told you to wear?
Yes.
What was I thinking? Aha!
Kipps, come and sit down.
I wasn't expecting to find you here.
Mama thought it was a good idea.
Oh, well, I hope I'm not late.
No, you're very punctual.
Am I? I had a bath this morning.
Oh, that's right.
I trust you'll forgive me, but I've ordered for us all.
What are these?
Snails.
Snails?
They're very easy, Mr. Kipps. You just hold them with this and dig them out with this.
I don't want to dig them out. I want to leave them where they are.
Oh, your life has changed, Mr. Kipps. Your menu must change with it.
Have you brought a pen, or shall I lend you one?
Why do I need a pen?
Well, to sign our agreement. Isn't that why we're here?
When are we going to have a little chat?
What is there to talk about?
You are a novice in the world of finance, while James is an expert. He is offering to give you the benefit of his experience.
Drat. Oh, here we go. Kipps the clot showing up in public again.
Nonsense. And you don't have to sign anything, you know. Not if you don't want to.
Now, don't be artistic, Helen, please. We've enough on our plates without that.
If Kipps really isn't going to eat the snails,
He really is not.
then I suggest we press on. Could you bring the grass, please?
Oh, blimey.
James, you're showing off.
I am not. Mr. Kipps insists he is able to cope with his new life, so I've taken him at his word.
I don't insist on anything.
I'm not urging you for my sake. It's true I'd like to see you keep your fortune and watch it grow, but if you'd rather go it alone and lose the lot, then that's fine by me. Ah, here we are. I've ordered it rare. I hope that's how you like your grass.
How I'd like my grass is not to have to eat it. Oh, blimey, I don't think this one's dead. Well, I wouldn't give for some bread and cheese.
But you're not living in a bread and cheese world anymore.
You've made your point. Give me a pen.
Why not wait until Sunday, when we meet at Lady Punnet's?
Lady What's-it?
Lady Punnet is a friend of ours, Mr. Kipps. She's having a garden party on Sunday at a house overlooking the bay. She has one every year.
She lives at the Villa Victoria, at the top of Alexandra Road. She is expecting you.
But she doesn't know me.
What's that got to do with it?
I think it would be vulgar to sign a contract at a party. Could you take these away?
Look, who says I am going to the blooming party?
Do come. You'll enjoy it. I shall be there if it makes a difference.
But what about the papers? We'll build your assets in a trice. Stock, shares, investments. All you need is sound advice. I know how markets fluctuate. Sign on the line, why hesitate? We'll build your assets in a trice. We want to see your fortune grow.
Your fortune grow. Plan for the future.
Trusting someone in the know. Try risk your shirt or hedge your bets. Mine is the path with no regrets. We want to see your fortune grow.
Give him here.
Splendid,
Kipps.
There you go.
Splendid.
Let Suzette. Nobody panic! Fire!
That's your pudding!
Cheese, sir. We have a very nice stinking bishop. Bring him in.
What is a garden party, anyway?
What do you think? A party in a garden. You're moving on now, aren't you, Arthur? You're leaving us behind.
Don't say that, Flo.
But it's true, though, ain't it?
Well, I hope not, but you don't know what those parties are like.
Will there be food?
Of course there's food and plenty of it.
Well, what's the problem then?
It's those people. When I'm with him, it's like me mouth full of marbles. I can't talk nor think.
Then don't go.
It's Miss Walsingham, ain't it?
Is it, Arthur?
I can't believe she's soft on you. Not a lady like that.
Neither can I really.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere.
Well, I've been sat here.
It's finished.
What is?
I am.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Didn't you hear what I just said? I have finished my play.
Oh, is that all?
All? No, I have completed my play. And not only that, I've come to offer you the welcome chance to repay your debt.
What debt?
Well, didn't I save you from a life of slavery? Didn't I find you in a ditch and leave you playing with the stars?
Well, I was only in a ditch because you knocked me over on your bike.
Won't you help your old pal, Chisello? Won't you? Truly?
What's it called, this here play?
The right horse.
Well, we're all looking for one of them right enough.
The point is, Arthur, you're a gentleman now, and what do we know about gentlemen?
They never do a stroke of work.
Indeed not. A gentleman is made for finer things than mere labour. We know him by his love of the arts.
Do we?
Certainly we do. What makes a man far more attractive is a philanthropic flourish. The joy of the theatre is a joy that we should nourish. Take care, though, when investing in a play. Reviewers may be critical and over-analytical, while audiences rush to stay away. Ha! Oh, the joy of the theatre. You see, even the bard himself found it hard to finance a play or two. But write a few crackers, then finding backers isn't so hard to do. I just like vultures around carrion or moths around the candle. You soon have more investors than a chap cares to handle. So, if you'd like a flutter, here's a play I can endorse. Read the script, you'll be gripped. You must back the right horse. Oh, the joy of the theatre. Now then, might I suggest that you should invest by taking a quarter share? There's nothing to risk if business is brisk and critics are good to fair. Like flies around a nasty stick, the critics get more perky while sharpening their pencils for the next West End turkey. Now biff 'em with a smasher and they'll have but one recourse. They'll admit you're a hit, you must back the right horse. Now would you dare to take a half share? You strike me as brave and bold. But I'll tell you what, if you take the lot, it's you who will soon strike gold. Biff! Oh, the joy of the theatre is a joy that we can all embrace. We know there is nothing greater than to see we put a smile upon a stranger's face. There's a spell that we fall under, the most wonderful of things.
Is it comic, is it tragic?
There's a special kind of magic in the joy that the theatre brings. This could be your ticket to this world of mine. Never never mind the small print. All you have to do is sign.
Oh, the joy of the theatre is a joy that nobody denies.
We know there is nothing greater from the moment when we see the curtain start to rise. There's a spell that we fall under, the most wonderful of things.
Whether audience or actor, there is one elusive factor.
It's the joy that the theatre brings. Joy, 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 joy. Oh, joy. There's a spell that we fall under, the most wonderful of things. Is it comic, is it tragic? There's a special kind of magic in the joy that the theatre brings. There's a special kind of magic, a special kind of magic in the joy that the theatre brings.
The joy that the theatre brings.
Mr. Cello, can I ask you something?
You may.
Why didn't my granddad want to know me when I was born?
Does it matter now?
Can you just tell me, please?
He didn't approve of your mother. He thought she wasn't good enough for his son, so he prevented them from marrying.
You mean
He regretted it. Your father died, you see. And the old man could never make amends.
How do you know this?
That letter that was with his will and all his papers. You never read it?
No. Look, it didn't seem right somehow, but I suppose I can now.
No. No, I wouldn't bother if I were you. What's the point? You're as fine a young man as any I know.
And now your sharp eyes have made me a richer one.
I'm glad I was of service to you.
I'm glad to return the favour.
Oh, you won't regret it. You just backed the right horse.
But suppose he never asked.
He will, in that terrible accent. And when he does, you must do your duty.
It seems very...
Helen! Don't you ever think of me? Mother! I was gently born. I deserved a life of ease and plenty, but thanks to your father's fecklessness.
He meant well.
Oh, meaning well is not enough. Where am I thanks to his folly? I'm trapped in a suburban villa, in a provincial town. I, who was made to shine in Mayfair. Don't I deserve better? Don't we all?
If you say so.
Don't you judge me, Helen. All I want is my rightful position. Is that so wrong?
Of course not, Mamma.
Then when the opportunity presents itself, just remember it.
Mr. Kipps, Mom.
Show him in, Mildred. This is sooner than we thought. I didn't want him to see this house. Now he's here. You make the most of it.
Mr. Kipps, I wasn't expecting...
No, I just took a chance.
I hope you will excuse me, Mr. Kipps. I have unanswered letters in a pile a mile high. Thank you.
I thought I'd come at the wrong house.
Because it's so ordinary, you mean?
I was expecting it to be a bit more frightening.
You know our secret now. We're nothing special at all.
Oh, you're special to me, Miss Walsingham. Very special.
Mamma likes to create the impression we're grander than we really are. That's all. Won't you sit down? What should we speak about?
Well, I've got a question for you.
Oh, yes?
But first, there is something been nagging on my mind. It's like this. I want you to know the truth about me before anything gets...
Before anything gets what?
Well, before things go forward, if you know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do.
Suppose I better just say it then. Me mum was never married to me dad. Grandad kept them apart, and then me dad died. That's why he left me the money. He felt guilty.
What happened to your mother?
My uncle and aunt raised me, and I never really got the chance to know me mum before she died. But, I wish we'd been more to each other than we were.
I understand.
And now I wish I'd known me granddad. It seems so sad to think of him alone for all those years.
Very sad.
I sometimes feel that I have got so much love in me, and I have never really had the chance to give it until...
Until what, Mr. Kipps?
Well, never mind that now. But I wanted you to know about me so there is no pretending between us.
You are such a decent man.
You make me sound unusual, but I'm not. I am quite the reverse.
You're more unusual than you think.
No, I'm not. You see, I'm out of me depth. There are rules, there are manners. You show me the works and I'll throw in the spanners. I feel like a fraud who is trying to lord it about. And if you should see a bit more of me, the more you would find me out. There's stuff I don't know. I'm just not refined.
I'm happy to help you. That's if you don't mind.
You'll have to help me a fearful lot.
There are just a few little things. The way you speak needs some finessing. Merely one or two little things. Those silly vowels you're overstressing. I find when talking that brevity counts. Just take good care with each word you pronounce. You'll be surprised at the results that this brings. It's really just a few little things.
Just a few little things. See, 'cause
Now, you're ancient.
Oh, no, don't worry. I will soon get the hang of them. Me heart wants to sing like a lark, or linnet. I open me mouth and I put me foot in it. I feel such a card and I'm finding it hard to relax. Oh, I'm minding me P's and minding me Q's. Me H's fall down the cracks. And yet, here you are. You're being so kind.
I just want to help you, that's if you don't mind.
Well, I want you to help.
Help.
So it's just a few little things.
Almost too trifling to mention. Merely one or two little things. Small hiccups needing some attention.
Such as?
Don't be too dressy when trying to please.
What?
Gentleman dress was sort of an ease. Only a peacock likes to shove his wings.
I think it's his tail he shows off.
A gentleman never contradicts a lady.
Sorry.
It's really just a few little things. Just a few little things. Now, what was that question?
Well, I don't know if I should. It sounds mad even to me.
Please, Mr. Kipps. What do you want to ask?
Only... if you'd marry me. Look, of course, that sounds stupid, and I know well enough you are too far above me, but look... somehow I felt I had to say it. Anyway, I'll go now.
Arthur! I would be delighted to marry you.
Really? Truly? I am tingling all over. Are you sure?
Quite sure.
Blimey.
Who would have thought it in Shalford's Bazaar?
Picking out curtains.
And now, here we are!
I think I need you like me banjo needs strings. I'm over them.
Over them.
Just knowing that soon.
Knowing that soon.
You'll help to fine-tune a few little things.
One.
No, two little things. Just a few little things. Just a few little things.
Anne?
Hello. Are you out for a walk?
Yeah. That's right. We're taking our constitutional.
Oh, I love them fortune-telling machines. Who's got a penny?
I have. You're not moping about Arthur, I hope.
No.
Well, what I mean is, if he has met someone else, you wouldn't mind too much, would you?
Of course not. He's got to get on with his life.
Yeah.
After all, we was only kids. He's not bound to anything.
Oh, listen. Your luck will come in disguise.
Yeah, heavy disguise, I suspect.
Here, will you do one for me?
You have so much love to give.
Are you sure that wasn't meant for me?
Come on, we said we'd walk the pier.
You coming, Flo?
Well, not just now.
It's right. I do have love to give. trouble is, no one wants it.
Oh, don't say that.
But it's true, though. If what I hear from Sid is right, it's true of you and all.
Maybe he'll come round. For one of us, anyway.
Maybe pigs will fly. Living by the sea, life should be a breeze.
Shame it ain't a bit more like them postcards that one sees.
Postcards?
You know, the ones they sell up at the kiosk. I've seen you giggle at them.
Yeah, well, I'll make you giggle if you don't watch out. But it's not that. When I get all moody, I have a little hunch. It's because I feel like Judy without a Mr. Punch. But a girl grows tired of waiting.
Don't I know it makes me sick?
We dream about the cockles
and winkles we would pick.
I don't ask for the earth.
I don't ask for much. Just a little touch of happiness. Boys will always be boys.
Still a girl enjoys
just a little touch of happiness. Oh. Sometimes when I daydream, it lasts all afternoon. I see a dish of ice cream.
Ooh, I'm longing for a spoon.
Then there comes a rude awakening when I have to face the fact me Knickerbocker glory is sadly still intact.
Mine too.
I don't ask for the.
I don't ask for the.
I don't ask for much. Just a little touch of happiness.
Just a little touch of happiness.
Bloomers up to meet you
till the tide comes in.
Just a little touch of happiness.
Why your girlish dreams will always have reach.
How we'd love a stick of rock on the pleasure beach.
Blimey, you don't look any different.
Well, you wait till I get me courted off, sweetheart. When a girl is single,
with no one by your side,
all it takes to make her tingle is a bumpy donkey ride. But we're hoping maybe one day we'll find out how true love feels. We're hungry for some mussels, but stuck with jellied eels. I don't ask for the earth. I don't ask for much. Just a little touch, just a little touch of happiness. Boys will always be boys, but how a girl enjoys just a little touch. Kiss me quick and such. Just a little touch of happiness.
Look who I found!
Oh, don't run off.
No, I think I ought to. I'll see you soon.
Guess who was grinning at the sea all on his own here?
Was that Anne running off?
She had to go. How are you, Arthur?
Oh, I'm well, Flo. Very well as it happens.
Oh, I'll say he's well. He's the cat who swallowed the cream and no mistake.
I am.
And why's that?
Ask me Sunday, after the party.
Oh, I heard the weather was turning. Yeah, so, might get rained off. Your party.
Oh, don't say that. It can't be. If the rain's got to fall, let it fall on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, any day but Sunday. Sunday's the day when it's got to be fine, 'cause that's when I'm meeting my girl. If the rain's got to fall, let it fall on Maidstone, Hoxton, Oakston, anywhere but Folkestone. Folkestone's the place where it's got to be fine, 'cause that's where I'm meeting my girl. What if I start to get dreamy? Just supposing her ma should see me trying to woo her daughter, kneeling in a puddle of water. If the rain's got to fall, let it fall on Thursday, Saturday, Friday, any day but my day. My day's the day when it's got to be fine, 'cause that's when I'm meeting my girl.
Dear Lady Punnet, how kind you are to go to all this trouble. It must be such hard work for you, giving all those orders.
Well, I wouldn't mind, but my parliament's in a permanent state of the vapours at the moment.
I suppose she has a follower.
Oh, it's so vexing. They're depressed when they have one, they're depressed when they don't.
Why will these servant girls insist on a private life? Oh, here's Helen.
Hello, Helen, my dear. This, I presume, is Mr. Kipps.
Lady Punnet is our hostess, Arthur.
I am overwhelmed by the munificent magnanimity of your graciousness.
He means it's sweet of you to ask us.
Oh, yes. Helen, you must bring Mr. Kipps to one of my musical evenings so we can really get to know each other.
Do I have to?
What?
Only I am not much good at them sort of things.
Oh, nonsense. You don't know the meaning of fun until you've attended my musical evenings.
We have an announcement. Arthur and I are getting married.
Thank heaven.
We're saved.
Saved from what?
From the loss of your company.
The manifestation of your worship's benevolence exceeds all expectancy.
I hope there is a great deal of money.
A great deal.
Then we must celebrate the news. First, ask the girl to bring some champagne.
If the rain's got to fall, let it fall on Greystone, Dymchurch, Dover. Hope it passes over, Ramsgate or Rye. Keep the ball on stride. Today's when he's meeting his girl, who wants inclement weather for announcing they got together. While we are whining and dining, we just want the sun to keep shining. We just want the sun to keep shining.
just not on the waiter.
But if the rain's not to fall, please and please let it fall.
Somewhere over Thanet.
Oh, how we wish we knew a way that we could vanish from falling back here, because we're trusting him and his love. Keep the rain,
I should like to propose a toast to Helen and Arthur.
Arthur?
Anne? Wait, listen, I never knew you worked here.
Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, I never wanted you to hear it like this.
Oh, well, I should I have heard it. You ought to have told me, Arthur, when we was down by the sea that
I
time.
know, but I don't think you'll love me, Anne, please.
Of course not, sir. Sure, I wish you both every happiness. Now, if you'll excuse me, sir, I have to get on with my work.
Why were you talking to that maid?
She was just wishing us well.
Now, don't worry about Lady Punnet's musical evening. It will be wonderful.
The only thing is, I feel a little bit awkward coming back to this house now.
What is it, Foster?
A package for Mr. Kipps, miss.
Oh, do tell us what it is.
Could it be an engagement present from an unknown admirer?
Kipps, old fellow. Why so down in the mouth?
Hello, Mr. Chitterlow.
My dear chap, I've heard your news. I expected to find a budding bridegroom bursting with brio.
Oh, I am, in a way. Except
you're not.
I'm very happy with Helen, of course I am, but there's a girl I knew before, and she's turned up in Folkestone, and somehow...
You know what Mr. Kipling said? I've taken my fun where I found it, and now I must pay for my fun. For the more you have known of the other, the less you will settle for one.
Well, that's all very well, Mr. Chitterlow, but the fact is, Anne, well, that's her name, is more like my own sort, while Helen...
Is a lady? Yes. But Arthur, you're a gentleman now, or if not quite, you soon will be.
That's what Helen says. She's going to teach me to speak proper and tell me what to wear and catch me out whenever I do something wrong.
How reassuring.
And then her mother, Mrs. Walsingham, wants me to build an house for her.
What sort of house?
I don't know, but I expect it will be a big one.
You're to spend your money building a large house for a woman who tells you what you're doing wrong?
That's about the size of it.
And this other young lady, is she more accommodating?
She's ever so easy to be with, Mr. Chitterlow, but I doubt she wants to see me again.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Because it sounds to me like you've taken the bait, Arthur. Hook, line, and sinker. And what do fishing and romance have in common?
I don't know.
Then I'll tell you. You'll never land a fish to rival the one that got away. Talking of fishing, I used to fish off the pier. Never caught more than a cold in more than a year. Suddenly, I caught all of the fish in the bay. 6 bass and a conger, and something much longer, which got clean away.
So talking of women, how do I find the best match? When the one you want most is the one that you never catch.
When a man is in the money, women may start calling. None are as enthralling as the one who's run away, while they sniff out where the cash is. What are you doing? Batting their eyelashes. He just wants the one who's run away. Some may try a little harder, feign undying ardor, give him all they've got to make him stay. But he'll always run to the one who's run away. Talking of women, I've had my fair share of fun. Many affairs, though, ended before they'd begun.
I bet they did.
Suddenly one day I see an angel go by. I go into action, and what's her reaction? Biff! A slap in the eye. So, talking of women, here's what I wanted to say. The one you want most is the one who has run away. When a man is in the money, women may start smiling. None are as beguiling as the one who's run away. Though his head may not stop turning, part of life is learning. He just wants the one who's run away. Some may try a little harder, feign undying ardor, give him all they've got to make him stay. But he'll always run to the one who's run away.
Well, that's all very fine, Mr. Cello, but that doesn't alter the fact that I'm still stuck with Lady Punnet's musical evening.
I do not envy you, my boy. I do not envy you. He'll always run to the one who's run away. Always run to the one who's run away.
Always run
to the one who's run away.
He's not what I would have chosen.
But your late husband has tied your hands.
Quite. Of course, Henry was always more of an artist than a businessman. That was the trouble.
Leaving you the worry of the children.
Oh, my twin jewels.
Things are going well for James.
He's doing what his father tried to do and failed. But I mustn't be a burden to him.
No. Be a burden to Helen instead.
It's you, I don't believe it.
Who do you think could open the door? Father Christmas?
Well, no.
Lady Punnet is expecting you, sir.
Look, can't I just... Ah, Lady Punnet. Another cornucopia of Phantasmagoria, I see.
Helen, dear.
Yes.
Please make him speak English. Preferably in words of very few syllables.
You heard her. Just be yourself.
If I'm myself, they'll wonder what I'm doing here.
Remember what we talked about. Take care of the vowels and the H's, and all will be well.
When Lady Dacre has had enough of her bassoon, James will take over on the organ. What an evening with so many people anxious to play.
And it's fun.
I've never had more fun in my life.
You have my sympathy.
Please behave. And remember those consonants. Pa, 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 ta, ta, ta.
I wish you'd let me go home.
Arthur, dear, you wouldn't be here if I didn't think it good for you. You have to swim in a tank before you can swim in the sea.
Well, I brought me banjo.
Just put it somewhere safe.
I don't think much of her parlour maid. Pretty, of course, but what use is that? There is no occasion for a housemaid to be pretty. Is there, Mrs. Bindo Botting?
Pretty or plain, Lady Dacre, they're all the same. Mine are as ugly as sin. And do they work? Not a bit of it.
Well, they work harder than you.
I beg your pardon.
Honestly, I can't leave you alone for a moment.
I don't like these people. I can't get on with them. Look, just let me go home, please.
Go, Mr. Kipps, with no dinner? We can't allow that.
I'm very excited about showing you the plot for the new house tomorrow, Mr. Kipps. It's everything I'd hoped for and more.
Can't wait.
You've met Mr. Maxwell, our architect.
How do you do?
His design will be a palace of wonders, I know it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And then when the house is up and running, we ought to start thinking about London. I'm afraid Helen must have a pied-à-terre at the very least.
Blimey! Does it hurt? Why are they laughing at me? Oh, what did I say? I got it wrong again, didn't I? I get everything wrong.
Please don't talk like that.
Was there a drink for Mr. Kipps, please? I'm glad of the fortune, my dear, but I can't help feeling there's a lot of work to be done to bring him even to the starting gate.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
But to be honest, I should rather have the task of building Rome. James, please.
Would you care for a quail's egg, sir? This is celery salt.
Don't be like that. I want to talk to you. I've got something to say.
Now what are you doing?
I don't know exactly, but I wanted to remind myself that I am not completely hopeless.
What is that you're holding, Mr. Kipps?
Don't know as Helen would like me to answer.
Why not?
She thinks everything I do is a mistake.
Helen?
Indeed, I do not. He's brought his banjo to play for us, Lady Punnet.
How thrilling! What is a banjo?
It's the latest thing in London. No party in Belgrave Square would be complete without a banjo.
Well, then we mustn't let Folkestone fall behind. Go on, Mr. Kipps. Play.
Righto. Oh. No, that's not it.
No, no.
Oh, no, that's not it either. Oh, where is the D flat? Pick out a simple tune. Pick out a simple tune. Start strumming, and before too long you're playing a song, and everybody around is humming. Just keep plucking with your plectrum. Make new friends across the spectrum. No one's immune if you pick out a simple tune. Pick out a simple tune. Pick out a simple tune with rhythm. People start to clap, your fingers snap, and then you find that your toes tap with them. Some say differences can blight us. I say music can unite us. No one's immune if you pick out a simple tune.
Just pick out a simple tune.
Pick out a simple tune.
Pick out a simple tune. Pick out a simple tune.
Pick out a simple tune.
Pick out a simple tune.
No one's immune if you pick out a simple tune.
I'm coming. Pick out a simple tune.
Pick out a simple tune.
With rhythm, people start to clap.
Your fingers snap.
And then you find that your toes tap with them.
Some say differences can blight us.
I say music can unite us.
No one's immune if you pick out a simple tune.
fucking with your plectrum. Make new friends across the spectrum. No one's immune if you pick out the simple.
No one's immune if you pick out the simple tune. Pick out the simple tune. You got to pick out the simple tune. Pick out the simple tune. Wherever people start to clap, your fingers snap, and then you find that your toes snap with them. Songs make differences and light us. Eyes with music and unite us. No one's immune if you pick out the simple tune. Pick out the simple tune. Pick out the simple tune. Wherever people start to clap, your fingers snap, and then you find that your toes snap with them. Songs make differences and light us. Eyes with music and unite us. No one's immune if you pick out the simple tune. No one's immune if you pick out the simple.
No one's immune if you pick out the simple.
No one's immune if you pick out the simple.
I told you my musical evenings were fun. Well, I think it's time we all went into dinner.
Well, wasn't that rather peculiar, Lady Dacre? The butler joining in and dancing with everyone else.
Why shouldn't he?
I agree with you, Mrs. Bindow-Botting. But then the whole world seems to be going quite topsy-turvy lately.
No, wait a minute.
Oh, Mr. Kipps, I've put you next to me at dinner. I hope you like moule mariniere.
No, I'm allergic to foreign cooking.
But how limiting.
Oh, but that's why I ought to go home. I mean, I have had a lovely time and all that, but this talk of French cooking is what's making me feel a little funny.
Oh, I am sorry. After all the pleasure you've given us. Anne, help Mr. Kipps find a taxi. Or would you rather walk? The air might do some good. Now, you must have a proper rest, Arthur, and we'll meet at the site of the new house. Now, will you excuse the rest of us if we go in?
Please.
Helen.
What a relief. I couldn't face all them knives and forks again. It's too upsetting.
Right. Shall I fetch you a taxi, sir? Or will you walk? Oh, don't forget your banjo.
And
Will?
Look what I've got here. Both halves of our sixpence, and I kept mine all of this time.
Yeah, well, you've kept it too long.
Look, I know I have been a fool.
Oh, you'll get no argument from me.
Please, Anne, I have got feelings, and I want to tell you about them.
Well, I've none of that talk, Arthur Kipps, when you're an engaged man.
I don't want to be engaged, not anymore, not to her.
Well, you should have thought about that before you asked her. Now put your mind to it and marry her.
Shan't.
Why didn't you tell me the truth when you could have, Arthur?
I don't know. I can't explain half the things I do. Look, I am sorry.
Maybe you are, but sorry won't do it. You know that you haven't treated me right. Why don't you know what you want? How is a girl to think you're a white knight if you're ready to be turned by the next debutante? There's so much to be learned where the heart is concerned, but with you, it's all love at first sight. And being so fickle gets you in a pickle. You never get anything right.
Well, I agree. I said I have been a fool.
You've lost yourself, Arthur. I was watching you tonight, and you don't know who you are anymore.
You can't imagine what it's like.
Maybe not. But I know who I am. Airs and graces cut no ice with me. I know who I am. But you haven't been so nice with me. I know who I am. Well, I just can't abide what's false and sham. I've got pride here inside. I know who I am.
Well, it's those people. They're so stuck up. Well, that's why I had to get away.
It's not that. It's not them. It's you. Why can't you see that what matters in life isn't what money can buy? Surely you know what you want in a wife, yet you flitter around like some big butterfly, acting like you're a toff. Well, you don't pull it off. Look at you, if you'd just see the light. But every endeavour shows you're not so clever. You never get anything right. If you just be yourself, you'd rub along fine with anyone.
And I suppose you'd manage if you were sitting at our table.
Yeah, I think I would.
And what do you think you're playing at?
Sorry, Mr. Foster.
Hannah.
No.
Of course, I'm not blaming her. Well, what did I think would happen? That she'd fall into my arms with a swoon and a kiss? No, sir. The only person who's responsible for this mess is Arthur Kipps and no one else. Why do I never get anything right? Where do I keep going wrong? Just when I thought that the future looked bright, there's a voice in my head saying I don't belong. I feel I'm just a sham. I don't know who I am. All I know is I wanna take flight. It's safer to sever all ties with whoever. I'll never get anything right.
Arthur!
Hello, Sid. Oh, you're looking for me?
I am. I've got some news and I wanted you to be the first to hear it.
Well, go on.
I've found the girl I'm going to marry.
Well, I am glad, Sid. Or who is she? Do I know her?
Oh, no, she come to work at Shawford's after you left. She's, a cracking girl, Arthur, always on my side.
Well, what about your politics?
Oh, she shares them too. We both want to build a decent life for working people, help others do the same.
What might that life be?
Well, I'd like to work at something where I'm valued. Does that make sense? We both feel like I could make a difference. I'd have been scared before, but I know I can make it work with Mary by my side.
So she makes you feel capable of anything?
She does, Arthur. Like Miss Walsingham does for you, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, well, I could set you up in something if you'd like.
I don't think so, Arthur. I'd feel I would take an advantage. Well, maybe if it were a joint venture, but I don't suppose you want to work these days.
Helen wouldn't like it.
No. So how's it going with you? Is the wedding all planned?
Oh, yeah. But not by me.
Yeah.
And now my future mother-in-law wants me to build a big house. Because Helen likes entertaining and that.
Well, she would, being a lady and all.
How about you? Everything's settled?
Not yet. We'll have to save a bit. We thought we'd have a knees up in the Hope and Anchor. You'll come, won't you?
Of course.
With Mrs. Kipps? Or won't it be her sort of thing?
I'm sure she'll come. If she can get away. Oh, well, what about a nightcap?
No, thanks. I just wanted you to hear the news from me.
I'm happy for you, Sid. Some men decide these things before they're ready to. But, sounds to me as if you've made a really good choice.
I have, Arthur. I truly think I have.
Sid,
Good night.
Now, you're quite sure the site is ours?
The owner's ready to sell with 300 acres to start with and more land if we want it.
And there won't be any difficulties?
There's plenty of money, and the property will only gain in value.
It's quite safe, then.
Everything I do is safe, Mother dear.
Mrs. Walsingham, may I present the house?
Yes. Oh. We can rebuild the family name. We'll be resplendent, casting off all sense of shame. We can resume our former style, living in such a country pile. We can rebuild the family name.
We'll build a mansion on this land. We'll build a mansion and regain the upper hand.
Can't see his fortune go to waste. We are the stalwarts of good taste.
We'll build a mansion on this land.
We'll build a palace on this plot. We'll build a palace with the money that he's got.
People will show us more respect once we have briefed the architect. We'll build a palace on this plot. We will design a stately home. We'll have a flagpole high atop the central dome.
Flying a flag makes perfect sense, showing that one's in residence.
We will design a stately home.
Mr. Maxwell, this is all rather grander than we'd previously imagined. I suppose you'll want an extra wing for the servants as well.
We will need hordes of household staff.
Indeed we will.
We'll pick the parlour maids on Mr. Kipps' behalf.
Only the best.
And then, hands down, we'll show the punnets of this town.
We should appoint the household
staff. I only want to have a little house, or neater than a pin. A little house without her mother in. A little house. A house for the briny sea, a house for me girl and me. These grand designs are gonna cost a bit.
I fear we've got our wires crossed a bit.
A house so big I'll just get lost in it. I don't want the place to sprawl. I just want a house that's small enough for two. You got home all right then?
I should have come away with you. I'm sorry.
But don't be the walk back cleared my head.
Arthur, we've been discussing the style.
I don't know much about style. I just want a cottage.
Now, it's only fair that we hear Arthur's thoughts, given that he's paying for it.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, he's entitled to his opinion, of course. As long as he doesn't expect any of us to pay it the slightest attention.
I really want the palace on the floors. A sensible palace with the money that he's brought. A gutsy fortune straight to waste. We are stones of the taste. I don't want the Albert Hall. I just want the house that's small.
No doubt you're open to the public.
They're certain to appear, begging for entry. A little house, showing the gentry. A little house, I only want to have
a little house. Please, I just want a word with Helen.
What sort of a word?
Oh, don't be silly, my dear. Of course he can.
Why don't we pace out the position again?
That is very nice of you, Helen. But a little house to you wouldn't be a little house to me.
What are you saying?
We are too far apart, Helen.
Well, we have different backgrounds, but we've always known
It's not just that. We don't enjoy the same things. We don't want the same things.
You're wrong. You don't want my mother taking over our life, and nor do I. I want to get away from her as much as you do.
But we don't belong to the same world, Helen. Look, take last night. I wasn't comfortable at Lady Punny's. I didn't want to be there.
You seemed comfortable enough talking to that serving girl.
You see, there you are. To you, Anne is a servant girl, and to me, she is a friend from childhood. We grew up together. Well, shouldn't I have spoken to my old pal?
Why didn't you explain that?
Well, I shouldn't have to. If I choose to be friendly to anyone, servant or king, well, why should I have to explain?
Explain what?
Helen and I think that we should call off the wedding.
Not call it off. We just want to delay it. Please. Arthur.
Very well, we want to delay it.
No, this is a catastrophe.
Does this mean we must delay the building?
I'm afraid so.
Oh.
You will receive my bill in the morning.
Well, what about your business affairs? Is James to be cast out too?
Not if he doesn't want to be. Mrs. Walsingham, I am not your enemy.
Of course she's not.
Look, I'd better go.
But we'll meet soon and talk.
If you think we should.
What a disappointment he's turning out to be.
What did you think would happen? Telling him how to build his own house, almost reaching into his pocket to grab his wallet?
What about you? Picking out every little fault in his speech and his dress?
That's true.
Not that I blame you. You could hardly live with him as he is.
Will he get here soon?
He said he would. Now, what else has he got to do now that he's a gentleman of leisure?
He's been very glum lately. For a man of fortune on the eve of marital bliss.
We'll cheer him up.
Yeah, or we'll try to.
Try what, Buggins?
We think you need a smile back on your face, here.
My life's a bit complicated just at the moment. I should have told you before, but I've delayed the wedding.
You've delayed it?
That's a shame.
Well, is it delayed or cancelled?
Search me. Well, Helen still thinks we can make a go of it, but I don't know. I saw Anne a few weeks ago at Lady Punnett's where she works.
She said?
I'd like to see her again, really. We didn't get much chance to talk.
Oh, I can imagine. What with you a guest and her waiting on you?
She told you then?
She did.
Well, do you think she would meet me if I asked her?
I don't know, Arthur. I don't know as I'd want her to. You may have delayed your wedding, but you haven't called it off. You're an engaged man, I'm sorry, but that's the truth of it.
You can't blame him, Arthur. He is her brother.
course you are. You just want what's best for her. And how can that be me when I keep changing my mind? How do you know when you find you've got to? Which one of the two is the one? I'm at 6s and 7s, all fingers and thumbs. The mental arithmetic isn't much fun. It's a mess, I confess. Me head and me all won't agree. On the one hand there's her, on the other there's her, and then in the middle there's me. How do you choose between this one and that? There has to be some kind of rule to see both of them happy. That's what I want most. I feel like a gooseberry, but I'm just a fool. I'm a chump, I should plump for the one who is my cup of tea. On the one hand there's her, on the other there's her, and then in the middle there's me.
Can it be as hard as he supposes?
Seems good fortune just falls into his lap.
And yet look at him, a thorn between two roses.
I've never seen a more unhappy chap.
How do you know when you find you've got to? Which one of the two is the one? I'm at 6s and 7s, all fingers and thumbs. The mental arithmetic isn't much fun.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. I confess, me head and me all won't agree. On the one hand there's her, on the other there's her, and then in the middle. Oh, what a riddle! And then in the middle. There's me.
How do you choose?
There you are. I've been looking for you. Why so serious, Arthur?
He's decided he wants to see more of Anne Pornick again.
Oh, I'm glad for Anne, Arthur, and I'm glad for you. I think you made the right choice.
That's good of you, Flo.
Are you sure, Arthur? You're throwing away a chance. When I get my shops, I want to marry a lady.
Why stop there, Mr. Pierce? Why not the Princess Royal?
She's already married.
The thing is, I don't want to hurt Helen. It's not her fault.
Well, you're going to have to hurt someone.
Is this Mary, then?
Yes.
You're over him, then?
Well, there's no point in holding on to something hopeless, is there?
Oh, don't say that to me. I've lived off hopeless for years.
Arthur!
Uncle Bert, what are you doing here?
Well, I went to your house and they said you was here.
Is something wrong? Well, how's Aunt Susan?
No. Don't worry about her. She's right as rain. Oh, look, I was reading the paper and then I saw this. Mr. James Walsingham, a prominent Folkestone financier, has been arrested for fraud and is now in custody awaiting trial.
Apparently nothing remains of the many thousands he has embezzled from gullible customers.
Is that the James Walsingham you said you'd invested with? Oh, please, tell me it's not.
Don't think there are two James Walsinghams who invest other people's money. Not in Folkestone, anyway.
Oh, Arthur, I am sorry.
Are you? Well, I'm not. What don't you see? I'm a free man now. Helen won't want me, and I can go to Anne with a clean slate. Well, after all, I am still the same Arthur Kipps I ever was. In fact...
Well, I think it's a shame whether or not he does. You all right?
Ah, yeah. Suppose I was wondering what's around the corner for me.
Would you ever let me take you around that corner, Flo?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let me in, Anne. I keep saying I've been a foreman. Can't let me in.
Well, I don't think I ought to.
Please, I will climb on the roof and come down the chimney if that's what it takes.
Go on, then. You are not to stay.
I've lost me money.
What?
Well, no, it's all gone kaput. Like, I gave it to a thief, and he'd been speculating while I've been playing Yankee-panky jackass for everything I've got.
Well, that wasn't very clever, was it?
No, I thought you'd be pleased.
Why would I be pleased? I'm not against money. I like money. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable.
Well, that's not what you said last time.
It wasn't the money, Artie. It was the way it changed you. That's what I didn't like. You lost touch with who you are.
Well, I know I am now, right enough. So, will ya?
Will I what?
Marry me.
And you've broken with her, have ya?
Nearly.
Nearly? But what does that mean?
Look, I wanted to cancel the wedding, but she made me delay it.
Well, I'm sorry, Artie, but I am not coming near you until she knows the truth. And that's flat.
Well, if you're sure.
Yeah, I'm afraid I am.
Even though I don't love her, not like I love you.
Even so?
Suppose there's nothing for it but the pier, then.
Wait! I'll do it. I will marry you, Artie. Of course I will.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, but you must tell her. We'll go round there first thing tomorrow. She mustn't learn it from anyone else.
Oh, you know, Sid and Mary are having their wedding bash at the Hope and Anchor.
Yeah, well, what about it?
What do you say we beat them to it?
I'd like that, Artie. I don't want to wait. I've waited long enough already.
I know I should have done this long ago, so long ago.
See what you've been missing?
Come here. I'm so foolish I didn't see it though. But now I know you were always the one. Somewhere on the way I was led astray. How was I so blind?
Love is hard to find, but now you're here to stay. So now, together we'll let the whole world know I love you so.
At last our stars align.
Now that you are mine, just as you were mine long ago.
Well, come on then, let's go get married.
I keep hoping it's a dream that we'll wake and the nightmare will be over.
Well, it won't.
Well, your late father, I could believe it, but not James, not willingly. He may have made a mistake.
What is the point of this, Mama? James is a thief. Papa was a fool, but James is worse. He'll go to prison for a long time and we're ruined. Let's face it.
Why doesn't the girl answer the door?
Because she's gone. Hello, Arthur. Come in.
Good day, Mrs. Walsingham.
I shall never know a good day again.
I'm glad you're here because I can tell you how sorry I am. It's my fault. I led you into the whole thing.
I'm a grown man and you tried to stop me signing the papers. So it's my fault and it's not yours.
I knew it wasn't quite right. I never thought it would be as bad as this, but I knew it wasn't right. You must get a solicitor to see if anything can be saved.
I will. But that's not why I've come.
You don't need to tell me we're not getting married.
It's got nothing to do with the money. I've met someone. Well, I met her again. It's the maid I knew when I was a boy.
I said there was something between you.
Yeah, but there wasn't then. Look, it's just that she knows me, and I know her, and we are comfortable together. I suppose that's it.
And you weren't comfortable with me?
I adored you, Helen. Truly, and I admired you. I still do. Well, I should thank you, really.
Whatever for?
Because you were the person who made me believe in myself again, and I need that. Especially after losing the money.
If it's true, then I'm glad.
What's next for you?
Oh, we'll stay here for the trial, and then it might be best to move away. I could be a governess, perhaps. Or a teacher, anyway.
You're a good teacher.
I need to lie down, Helen. My head is beating like a drum.
I'll take you upstairs, Mama.
Is there anything I can do?
No. We'll manage. You must go. And Arthur. I wish you such happiness in the future. Both of you. From the bottom of my heart.
You too. And remember what your father told you. There's so much you'll achieve when you start to believe in you. Goodbye, Helen.
Come on, Mama. Up you get.
Oh, at least one thing's come out of all this horror. You are rid of that frightful little man.
Yes, I'm rid of him. And I can't tell you how sad that makes me.
Hello, Lady Punnet. Oh, it's Mr. Kipps.
Of course. Do I hear you are to marry my parlour maid?
I sincerely hope so.
Then I think you very sensible after all, Mr. Kipps.
I'll give you the bride and groom.
The bride and groom! Here's a pint of wallop to set you up, eh?
Thanks, Sid. Enjoying yourself?
I am, but Mary and I don't know how we're going to make our wedding any different now that you've pipped us to the post.
Well, you'll have a different bride and a different groom, so that's difference enough for anyone.
Oh, it's good we're all together again. You, me, Pierce, Sid, Flo.
Oh, I never asked. Do you want me to see if old Shawford will take you back? I don't mind.
That's kind of you, Sid, but somehow I don't see myself as a draper no more.
You look a proper gentleman today.
That means a lot to me, Mr. Shawford. I've always been interested in books, and now that I've got to work again, well, I'd like to find a place in the book trade if I can.
Oh, but will you make enough? I wouldn't want you to go hungry.
Good luck, Artie.
Good luck, Artie.
And thanks for asking me today.
Well, that's wonderful! Many happy returns to you both, or whatever I'm supposed to say.
If you'd like to get in line.
Well, let's do as he says. I want a proper photograph as a memento.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
All lined up in a wedding group. Here we are for a photograph.
All dressed up in a morning suit.
And we're trying not to laugh.
Since the early caveman in his fur took a trip to Gretna Green, there's always been a photographer to record the happy scene. Hold it!
Hold it, flashbang, what a picture, click, what a picture, what a photograph. Poor old soul, blimey, what a joke. Hat blown off in a cloud of smoke, clap hands, stamp your feet, bang it on the big bass drum. What a picture.
What a picture, run to the outcome, hum, hum, hum.
Stick it in the family album.
Hold it! I need one more picture, please. Hold it. Now everyone say cheese.
Same thing happened long ago when man was in his prime. And what went on we only know from the snaps they took at the time. Like when Adam and Eve in their birthday suit decided to get wet. As Adam was about to taste the fruit, the man with the camera said,
Hold it!
Hold it, flashbang, what a picture, click, what a picture, what a photograph.
Poor old Eve, there were nothing on, face all red, and a fig leaf gone.
Clap hands, stamp your feet, bang on the big bass drum. What a picture,
Josephine. Hold it! I can't quite fit you in.
You've read it in the folio or seen the Shakespeare play.
Juliet fell for Romeo in the merry month of May as he tried to climb the orchard wall to reach his lady fair.
When he tumbled, she began to mourn as he floated through the air.
Hold it! Not that kind of hold it!
Hold it, flashbang, what a picture, what a picture, what a very wrong.
Poor young chap, what a night he spent, tights all torn in his rapier bend. Clap hands.
Stamp your feet, bang on the big bass drum. What a picture, run till the pum 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 pum. Singing the family, round
Hold it! Let's give it one more bang! Hold it! Now watch me as I flash!
King Henry VIII had several wives, including Anne Boleyn. He made an album of their lives with all their photos in.
As Anne Boleyn was on her knees,
dressed in a very best frock.
King Henry shouted, smile deeply,
as the red rolled off the block.
Hold it!
Comes the print in a little while, lost her head,
but she kept her smile.
Stamp your feet, bang on the big bass drum. What a picture, run till the pum 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 pum. Singing the family album.
Hold it! It's time the bride was kissed. Hold it! Oh dear, I think I'm...
Hold it!
When Napoleon married Josephine, there was just the same to do.
He galloped home from the battle scene all the way from Waterloo.
And as he came from off his horse to the boudoir where she sat, she said to him,
"In French, a cock," as he took off his big cock.
Hold it, flashbang, what a picture, click, what a picture, what a photograph.
There she was, with the biggest R, all caught up in a ooh-la-la.
Ooh-la-la!
Ooh-la-la! Hold it, flashbang, what a picture, click, what a picture, what a photograph.
what a noise, then we don't compete with the bang in the bridal suite.
Whoa!
Stamp your feet, clap hands. Stamp your feet, clap hands. Bang on the big bass drum. What a picture. 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 Run till the pum. What a picture. Run till the pum. What a picture. What a picture. What a picture. What a picture. Run till the pum 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 pum. Sing the family. Sing the family. Sing the
Oh dear, am I late?
You've missed the wedding, you've missed the reception, you've missed the photographs. So on consideration, Mr. Chillo, I would say, yes, you are late.
We got stuck in a traffic jam a mile long. I do apologise.
Never mind, you're here now, so have a glass of something.
It's a shame, Mr. Chitlow. We've made the journey for nothing.
Oh, but I haven't, my dear lady. Quite the reverse. My play, The Right Horse, it opened last night on Shaftesbury Avenue!
You're going that far? Well, blur me down, even if only runs a week. That's quite an achievement.
And Was it well received?
The audience was glittering. The theatre, it was packed. I hoped to hear some tittering quite early in the act. But then I heard a belly laugh, and then I heard guffaws, which built throughout the second half to rapturous applause. Hold it.
What's the verdict?
Hold it.
Are you famous?
Hold it.
Did they like it?
Hold it. Sold out, smash hit. What a triumph. Biff, what a triumph. Have an autograph. There's a queue halfway down the street. People clamouring to buy a seat.
To buy a seat, to buy a seat. How high stand your feet. Shake the auditorium. What a triumph. 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 What a triumph from to the upper. What a triumph from to the upper. What a triumph. What a triumph. What a triumph. What a triumph from to the upper.
You will make a fortune.
Not a fortune. Stick it in the family. Stick it in the
Is this really true?
It is. I'm rich, and you're rich. Again.
I'm rich again.
For my part, I'm glad it's come now, not before. I've learned the value of money.
Don't worry, no more cornucopias or phantasmagorias for me, not this time.
But what about your dream of a bookshop? Well, you and Sid could run it together.
Oh, Sid could earn shares as well as cash, so we'd be partners by the end of it. Well, what do you say? It can be your wedding present.
Sid?
Would you really do that for me?
Gladly. Keep the shop, and the shop will keep you.
All right.
See, Anna, I'm going to be sensible, you'll see.
Penny for your thoughts, Artie.
Well, how about 2 half sixpences instead?
Come on. Did you have them in your pocket all that time?
Oh, of course. What else would I bring on my wedding day for luck?
I think we've had enough.
Right, you, off the bike. Go on, Scrap. Anyway, go on, Anne. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
you.